Hey guys, Crew of Blind Wave, I'm Eric.
I'm Melanie.
I'm Aaron.
And we are back with part 2 of Crisis on Infinite Earths. This is Batwoman Season 1, Episode 9.
Or Crisis 2.
Last time on.
Some cool cameos from old Batman characters, which is cool. And then we lost
Titans.
Earth 38.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? All the cameos were like, there was Robin.
Yep, a Robin.
Someone from Batman, Tim Burton, and then another Robin.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there was a Hawk. But
Oh, you can't forget about the Lena drama.
Lena drama. That was some good stuff.
Always Lena. It was Supergirl. There
This
had to
doesn't
be
change
Lena
anything,
drama.
Haas, is pretty much what she said.
kind of.
Yeah, and then we lost Oliver Queen.
We did, but he saved an extra billion people. An extra billion.
I'd prefer to have Ollie back.
Now we have one planet that's even over
I would
populated.
sacrifice 1 billion lives to, and they're probably gonna do that. That's probably how they bring it back.
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
Is it like a Damien Dark thing? They
No.
we had a poll.
We had a poll yesterday. How many people responded? Well, we do percentages. Damn.
We do percentages.
Yeah.
I do. The poll was is Earth 38 gone for good, or will it return?
Yeah.
We had 23% say it will return, while 77% say it's gone for good.
Damn.
Ryan says, I think it's gone for good. I think that's why most of the shows kind of wrapped up their stories before Crisis. They wouldn't be able to continue the story without it feeling off.
Yeah, you can continue the Lena story without that, but can you like?
Well, what about that
Leviathan?
Genevieve or you know what I mean? Wheeler's mom, Mrs. Wheeler.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Leviathan stuff.
Yeah, like sure, Ramakan, whatever was sure, but what about her? Because she had that whole like technology.
I have a
She's
technology
like,
thing.
Well,
yeah.
maybe she left because
She
she's
got on a
not
ship?
of that Earth, you know? Like Ramakan dealt with the Earth.
They,
so
they just look
maybe-
normal, right? They just look like people. So she's just like, haha, I'm on the ship.
Like, are there 2 Beyoncés now?
Well, there no, maybe not.
Because the Supergirl, they've always.
There wasn't a Cisco or Oliver
Yeah, I know.
stuff in this one. So
But I know that Supergirl has mentioned Beyonce. I'm not sure about Arrow and Earth 1 stuff, but I would have to say yes. So we need to get a third one. We can recreate a new Destiny's
you know
Child.
what's always been
Oh
weird?
my gosh.
Of just what? Just 3
Just
Beyoncés?
which is all anybody cares about apparently.
No, what about that one?
Nope.
What about that one?
Yeah, what are their names?
Rowan, Michelle.
I don't know what their names.
But no, I was gonna say Earth 1, Earth 38 is weird because there's no Kara on our Earth 1, and there's no like Oliver and Cisco and stuff on their Earth 38.
Yeah.
Like it's the weirdest. Everyone else, like, we always go to one, and they're like, hey, look, here's this one,
Yeah.
this one, and this one's weird. So maybe none of them are real on our Earth.
No.
Maybe.
Well, I
In
mean,
infinite possibilities, it's a yes.
there's no aliens that we know of on Earth 1,
Exactly.
right? So hopefully a lot of the aliens got saved from Earth 38 and there's no doppelgangers. Like, they only save the aliens, screw the humans.
Let's see. Spartan says, I'm assuming gone. But then they would run into the whole Supergirl is on this Earth. Why not get her to help if she stays on Earth 1?
They already had that, the Flash. Flash can get there so much quicker than she can. That's not a big deal for me.
Ian says it has to come back unless Leviathan snuck onto the ships. I don't know how we're supposed to tackle that part of the Supergirl. It'll be interesting if they go with merging the Earths, and now everyone is on the same Earth. Man, talk about carrying over to other shows.
Yeah.
But if it's merging the Earths, is it merging doppelgangers as well? Because doppelgangers are so different from one another. But like, they were just talking about, like, we kept on the history and culture of Krypton. There's museums and people can look and see and touch, and now they can't because it's all gone.
True.
You know? I don't know what they're gonna do.
And with one more here from, if anyone knows, it is the Amish electrician.
Yes.
He says, I think it's gone, but I'm not ruling out any wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey shenanigans.
The Amish electrician is the prophet of blind waves, so we'll go with that.
Yes. So,
Okay.
guys,
all right.
we'll have another poll at the end of this episode, which we will talk about at the beginning of next episode. So make sure you guys check that out over at Patreon, as well as Q&As at the end of each episode as well.
All right. You guys ready?
No.
Do it! I can't. There's coffee.
And we have an entire multiverse of wave riders at our disposal.
Wait, are there other people on them though?
Whoa, it's steampunk 74.
Mick. Well, this
anyone
one
here?
might not be
Welcome
steampunk.
aboard. My name is Leonard, an interactive artificial consciousness programmed to operate this vessel's critical system.
Oh,
I know who you are.
he's the Gideon.
The multiverse needs saving, and its heroes need a ship.
So it's not steampunk, it's rust. It's rusted.
Rory is instrumental to the saving of the multiverse.
I'm glad they're bringing him in.
Look at everybody.
Oneness of a second Kryptonian, who is said to have suffered a greater loss than most mortal men could endure. Today he stands as the paragon of truth. I'll find him.
I'll go with you.
A second Kryptonian.
Okay.
Okay.
Who wants to meet Batman?
Wait, are we gonna see a Bruce Wayne?
We're gonna see a Bruce
And
Wayne.
then
Who would they get?
A
Who
future
could they
Batman?
get? 99.
George Clooney.
I have a guess.
My sister murdered my stepmom and framed my dad for it. It was dark.
Hmm.
Fighting for a chance.
Ultras. Taking out names.
Thank you. All right, so we go find the Batman,
The future Batman.
future Batman with Batwoman.
And another Kryptonian.
Well, I don't know if we're going there though.
You're not supposed to have that.
A man was never meant to fly. But here we are.
Oh, that's why.
He has the Book of Destiny.
No, you don't need it.
All of you.
All of you.
What?
Is he going to see Superman in different Earths?
What have you done?
As I said, everyone has a part to play.
What?
That's part of it. There's another Superman that is
Yeah.
a Paragon.
I was gonna say, why doesn't ours count?
Earth
99.
Gotham City.
So we're gonna meet Bruce Wayne.
Who's Bruce?
Did you hear the music goes dun?
I hope it's
I don't want to know anything. Don't guess.
not who I was.
That's Luke.
Are you?
Wow. Really impressive six-pack.
Oh!
Now,
Jeez, I didn't know he could be this
don't be
strong.
so rude, Luke.
Is it?
Is it who?
I know.
Forgive him.
Oh my God!
Not used to having guests.
It's Kevin Conroy.
That's exactly who I was thinking of a little bit ago. Like, what if it's the voice of Batman?
Bruce?
They got Kevin Conroy to be Batman.
I thought of them before
And he
at the
doesn't
door.
need the body if he's in a robot.
Library. Just while we get to know each other again.
It's so great to hear the voice.
That's from Christopher Reeve.
The farm?
Earth. What, Smallville?
Smallville, is that Tom Welling?
No.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
So old.
Dude, that
He's a
seems
golden
so
guy. You check him
long.
out.
I didn't know the president was in town.
Yep.
The president?
He became
That
president.
sucks.
Hello, old friend.
Lex, shoot.
Fred.
Who
No!
are you?
Don't kill him.
Don't you know me, Clark? To stand in my way.
Did he lose all of his powers?
It's not affecting him.
Dude,
What if that's why he's hopeless?
I don't think he's Superman. Like, he's here, but I don't think he's him.
Which has no effect on me ever since I gave up my powers.
Oh,
Gave
what?
up
How do you do that?
powers?
He
Can't
lost.
say I've missed these yet.
He had kids.
That is worth more than any superpower.
Aww.
Hey, Clark. The girls want to show you what they made.
His hair
It's time for you to
Hey, still.
stronger.
Oh, Clark got the happy ending, man.
Dude, does that mean that he's the... she's already in it.
Sounds like a job for us.
Aww.
Aw, man.
Makes me so happy.
Paragon.
Oh my God, they have both of them.
Is it...
It can't be him then.
Like, he hasn't lost everything, right? Like, he gave it up for this.
I'm giving you the chance to be a hero again. And not just to Gotham. The whole damn universe.
Okay.
Jesus, man.
Wait, so is that who they need? Is Kevin Conroy?
I don't know.
Is he a paragon?
You like that?
That's fine.
The Daily Planet, Earth.
Earth 96. Is this one?
They keep going to different
Now
ones.
this
Before Lex does.
Oh my god!
Superman returns. The music, oh. This is Reeves Superman.
What is this?
Perry White.
Perry White, Jimmy Olsen.
All the
Lois
people he
Lane.
lost.
You are
Why are all
remembered.
these names on your wall?
So he played what he called a practical joke
Joker.
and gassed the building.
Oh
All
my
these people died?
gosh.
Almost as if you've been through more loss than any mortal man could endure.
He is the Paragon.
No way.
I don't have two of them.
You might be the key to saving the multiverse.
It's actually one of the least insane things I've ever heard. First,
Holy shit!
then you
He's
won't do it
Kingdom
alone.
Come Superman!
We won't let him kill you.
Oh, I've moved on from that.
Oh, crap.
So much more fun making Superman.
Are you
No.
No, they're gonna fight. I want to see it.
I serve Lex Luthor.
What?
He's been destined. I'll see it, man. I hate that they're fighting, but yes. The John Williams theme.
I have goosebumps.
He's repping his red booty shorts. Man, he's jacked.
Oh, whoa.
Holy shit.
This should be fun.
Dang it, Lex.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You can read about it later.
You know nothing about me or them.
Oh, jeez.
He has the red.
Crap, man.
This is the second time I've gone nuts and fought myself.
Superman 3.
That's funny.
I can see why you married her.
Oh, that's good.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
because Superman Returns is a sequel.
Oh,
to
baby, he
the
became
recent
Kingdom Come Superman.
Earth 18, North Dakota.
But you're way smarter than him. You get that from your mom.
No.
Little ladies have tied your horse to the road.
Jonah Hex.
Yeah. I was like,
He's off limits.
What?
I don't care who owns it.
is his face okay?
We need to use this pit. Just put him in the water.
Oh, boy.
Is this what they're gonna? Okay.
I don't.
He's gonna jump out all crazed.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to get his soul too.
It's like Constantine's here.
Ooh.
My parents taught me a very different lesson. Life only makes sense if you force it to.
Oh!
Jeez.
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite,
Yeah.
yeah.
Guys, me is right. This is.
There he is! Told you he was gonna jump out of there. I don't know how you...
Constantine?
Oh fuck.
Come on, do your thing, do your thing.
He's gonna attack you.
Trenton? I tranked his body. If you really think that, you're gonna have to kill one more person. Me.
Don't be a fool.
Gotta fight Batman.
I'll kill you.
I think she's gonna rethink killing Alice.
Yeah. That's horrible.
So,
Okay.
do you have a gluten sensitive? Us. This ship.
We're all,
Apparently
they're
there's
already
social
here.
Our machine works just fine. That light is the paragon of courage.
Yeah, well, Bruce's body isn't on the ship.
No, but you are. You are the paragon of courage.
I like the music.
Yeah. She needed to see that what that happened to Bruce, you know, to be able to get there.
Come on, Constantine, get his soul back.
With all the antimatter in the system, I've lost my magical mojo.
What?
His mojo.
No.
Lost
Get
him
Alfred's soul back.
powers.
He's gonna be a monster forever. Yeah.
That's Beth and me from Earth 99.
Oh man.
I wish I knew her like this.
She doesn't look crazy
You
at
still
all.
can.
Man. Yeah, I don't think she kills Alice now, you know?
Oh,
Still smart.
oh, Lila, what's going on with her?
Every death, I steal my mirror's strength, and mine grows ever stronger. Who am I? I am the Anti-Monitor.
Damn, dude, man, he looks crazy.
That's
Come,
huge.
Harbinger.
Same voice though.
There is work to be done.
Damn.
No, it's over.
That was so much.
Dude, man, I love
That was so much.
I love. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
But on top of that, I love like the little cameos of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
like Tom Welling.
Well,
Like-
little. I mean, these were scenes.
Yeah, but I mean, like I don't feel like that's. I feel like that's something that's in here, and we get to see like a little chunk of like, oh
Yeah.
man, that's where he is.
That's
now,
what
kind of
happened.
thing. And then like we don't see him again. It's fine, but you had him there, you know.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, I've been saying this since the beginning of the Arrowverse. Like, oh yeah, but if they bring Superman in, just have it be Tom Welling. Why not? Just do it. Just do it.
Well, yeah, and I feel like it would have made sense too with like you want an experienced, Superman. If you would have had Tom Welling instead of I forget this guy, the actor
Tyler
we have now,
Hoechlin.
something like that. But I mean, he'd have been experienced, a little older and stuff. It would have worked.
Yeah.
And this one's a little younger now. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
They needed one to match Kara and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, they've
but-
put a lot of thought into this crisis. You know,
Yeah, no.
they started advertising last year for this.
Yeah, there's so
So
much.
they had so much time to like gather all the people, all the cameos that they wanted, just to like spoil us rotten, because this is awesome.
I can't decide what's better. Seeing Clark Kent from Smallville again, Kevin Conroy as Batman, Kingdom Come Superman, Brandon Ruth, who is Christopher Reeve's Superman.
yeah. Dude, I was going through my head on the Supermans. I'm like, well, Christopher Reeve, like, you're not gonna do that. Brandon Ruth, we already got a Brandon Ruth, so probably not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So I just X'd him out.
Me
I was like,
too. I didn't even think
Dean
about it.
Cain, he's been in it before. It'd be cool to have
I thought
him
Dean Cain.
come back in and be like a Superman we need.
And
you know?
he's been Kara's dad,
Yeah, he was in it. So like you grab him. It's like having Erica being Lois here.
Erica Durant,
She's
yeah.
already was in Supergirl. Just have her be another role
That
and it
was
works,
good.
But yeah, so like my thought was like, okay, we go with Dean Cain then, make him it. But
Yeah, I
when
imagine.
Tom Welling showed, I'm like, well, maybe we can use him. But
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can have Brandon Ruth do a whole lot more than like, let's fly in Tom Welling for the day.
yeah,
What can we do?
yeah.
We gotta get him to have one punch in there,
One punch.
And it was so beautiful.
So
And he has
yeah.
2 daughters, at least.
Oh,
And he is, I mean, the best thing about Smallville was the Kent family. And he's the Kent family.
That's what he
again.
did. Yeah.
The farm looks beautiful.
I mean, like, the Dark Knight trilogy, like, in terms of like my favorite Batman, it's not my favorite Batman, but it's my favorite Batman ending because Batman gets the happy ending, He gets to stop being Batman and move on.
Yeah.
And this guy who, since his parents have been killed, never had a day of peace.
Yeah.
Like
That's the Kevin Conroy we had. Like,
Well-
that's him. That one.
Yeah.
Never a day of peace, and he still never.
Yeah,
had.
exactly. Like the Christian Bale Batman got that, where this Kevin Conroy one, this version never did. This is the Dark Knight Returns Frank Miller version, and it's dark and it's sad.
Yeah.
But I was just gonna say, like Tom Welling's Superman got that, whereas Brandon Ruth's Christopher Reeve's Superman lost everything. It's crazy.
From the Joker.
From the Joker.
From the Joker.
Which is an injustice kind of thing. Didn't Joker kills
in
Lois?
Injustice, Joker.
tricks him.
I don't know if Joker does like that, but
No.
he does kill like Lois Lane, and then
Yeah.
he goes all crazy, and he becomes a big evil.
But he had the Kingdom Come symbol, and like that's the most powerful of the Supermen, because he's the oldest. He had the salt, like the black and white salt and pepper hair.
Yeah.
And he was jacked. He made Tyler look so small. He's so big.
I like the reference of it too when Akara comes in. It's like, wow, Ray, you look.
And he's like, no,
It's your cousin.
no, you don't understand.
Dude, whenever I did the same thing with Superman as I did with the Batman thing too. When I talking about Batman, because I was like, Batman, who do we get? Jorah. It's like, I don't know, probably not him. And I was like, I doubt we're gonna get Val Kilmer, George Clooney,
Right.
Michael
Yeah.
Keaton. I doubt we're gonna get those.
A-listers.
Adam West is passed.
As soon as they said old, I'm like, well, who's it gonna be? It's not gonna be any of the movie guys. It has to be Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what if they do? And I was trying to think of his name too. I was like, oh, the voice, Kevin.
Yeah. And it's such an icon. Like, when I read a Batman comic, that is Batman's voice.
I love they start with the voice, too.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
that's the first thing you get.
You're right. That's what they did. Like, they made it so that his cameo was his voice before he even got there. Oh, that's brilliant. I didn't even think of that.
It was great.
Yeah.
I like his little suit. You know?
Well, yeah. And that's happened before. And it being, like, kryptonite powered as well as the energy source and the turn of kryptonite, you know? I mean, it sucks to see a Bruce Wayne like that, but surely there will be a Bruce Wayne like that, you know? Hell, the Ben Affleck one, I feel like, would get to that point at some point in there, you know? Because he likes to kill, too.
Yeah, and this one likes to kill. Like,
yeah.
Like Luke there and being like, you know, these are mementos. And, you know, trophies.
Trophies. Like a serial killer.
Kind of, yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, my excitement that it was Kevin Conroy, but it was also an evil Batman. I'm like, I want to see Kevin Conroy be the Batman from the animated series. Like, he is the paragon of whatever. What was it? Courage?
That one would have been Paragon of Courage.
You know, like that. I could see that Batman being it, and his voice being the Paragon of Courage. But he was cast to play a role. This wasn't a cameo. Like, this was a role that they're like, who could we get? Kevin Conroy. You know. Now, if Bruce Wayne ever does show up in Batwoman, they have to get someone else like him. It sounds that good, you know. They can't have somebody that's like, you know, Kate.
It can be a different one.
What you doing? Yeah.
Well, I mean, even Kate kind of looked confused. You're Bruce Wayne, I don't think it's going to be the same.
No, I get you. You're right. Like, if you can have Brandon Ruth play both the Atom and Superman, and we're like, yep.
Yeah,
Right?
I know, right?
But meanwhile, you have, you know, the one that we saw that they killed in the Earth 75, and then there's also the one we have from Earth 38. Like, we still are just like, yep, that's Superman.
And we've had something similar with, like, Henry Allen and Jay Garrick looking the exact same, but I think in that case, Henry Allen's father was named Garrick or something, and they were just named differently on different Earths, but they were technically the same person.
Something like that happened with the Zolomon thing.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Zoom could have been lying. I have no idea.
True. So maybe there's something in there with. Because we had in a previous crossover, I think it was the Alien one when the Atom met Supergirl, and he's like, yeah, she looks a lot like my cousin.
Yeah.
So they've done that before.
They've made references, yeah.
Which reference in here that they kind of made too was not reference, but I like Lex Luthor talking to Tom Welling. Like, how would I know Clark Kent is Superman? Because, you know, he wouldn't be that on mine, kind of thing. Was the way he was talking about it. So he's like, no way, my Clark Kent is Superman, but this world's Clark Kent is Superman. I'm killing him. So it leaves it where when he goes back to Earth 38 or whatever they do, if Lex is around, he doesn't believe Clark is Superman. Yeah. Even though it seems ridiculous, given that how many Clark Kent Supermans did he kill?
I'm just so happy they got that Smallville scene in there, man.
It was fun.
So good. It's good seeing him again. I mean, obviously he's not the same actor he was, you know? Like, he's older. He's, you know, he's inexperienced when it comes back to this stuff. Yeah, he's mostly a producer these days.
Really?
Yeah.
He's that jacked and a producer?
Yeah, Tom Welling, they cast him for a reason. Good genes.
Yeah.
He's just big.
Yeah.
But I'm just so happy. Like, I'm so happy for that character I spent over 10 years watching. Like, got that, like, happy life.
Yeah, the girls. Sounds like a job for us. Like, that was great. I love that.
So who's the Superman that died here on this Earth? I mean, that's the lowest, but is that Tyler?
Earth 75 was the number.
Is that what that is?
So could it be a different version of a Christopher Reeve Superman or something?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the either in the cover or a splash page of Death of Superman. I think.
Yeah, with that flag Superman thing on the side and whatnot. Right. But that's our Lois Lane, right? That we have from Earth 38.
That is our Lois Lane, but that's not our Superman.
It looks like Justice League, like the cartoon Justice League.
I mean, he has the, you know, he's not wearing the red shorts. It could be Tyler's suit, but I don't recognize. I don't know if it's his face. I can't really tell, honestly. It might be. I don't know.
See, the first Superman movie with Christopher Reeve came out in 78.
Huh?
And so the first Superman movie with Christopher Reeve came out in 78.
78.
I just wondered, because a lot of these have been like years.
They have, which I didn't understand the Smallville one, 160 something or 1 something.
Well, what year did Smallville start? Because I think I know what it is for. 94, but I don't know the year Smallville started. I want to say it started in 99, right?
Well, didn't they go to Earth in 90?
99 was
no,
Batman,
Bruce Wayne.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it was, but they started in 2001. Okay, because Earth, I think it was 199, was the Smallville Earth.
That was like 197 or something.
I think.
I don't know. I stopped keeping track. Yeah,
Or
167.
I knew there was a 7 in there.
I wonder if there's 167 episodes.
No, there's more.
There's more than 167?
They got to more.
So I don't
They
know.
got to at least 200.
Really?
Yeah.
It's making noises.
Well, what are you doing, Aaron? Damn it, Aaron.
I don't know what's making noises.
Stop watching
Fucking
porn
pop-up
on
ads.
your phone.
I was just on Smallville.
Ooh la la.
I was trying to see something, but I don't know what it is.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe those kind of things people were pretty cool about telling us in Q&As or Twitter
True.
stuff. So.
So, as of right now, we have hope, truth, destiny, and courage. And we're gonna be right now we're missing 3 other paragons.
So Kara is hope, Sarah is destiny, which I can see that being like in the Legends of Tomorrow, and she's literally a resurrected assassin.
Well, didn't they use the spear too?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So Clark Kent, I mean, he's gonna stay around. Like we're gonna get him. You know, like it's not just a cameo. He's gonna be in the next one, right? Because he's a paragon.
The paragons have to stick around. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So we're gonna have doubled up on Rays.
That's why I'm curious on what their paragons are gonna be. Because right now the 4 we have are regulars from the show.
Yeah.
So it doesn't give me too high of hopes that like one of our regulars is gonna be like, some kind of cameo thing. However, the one thing maybe we could get is the paragon of, I don't know, like willpower? Is that the right word?
Green Lantern?
John Diggle? Like, couldn't that be cool? Like, couldn't that be a paragon? Is John Diggle with like some kind of willpower?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they would come up with in terms of this.
Because like even John Diggle himself, like he powers through now, like sheer will sometimes and stuff.
I feel like Oliver and Barry have to be one.
Yeah, I don't know with Oliver's.
What other attributes?
Oliver's story right now, I don't know where it's going with that. Like,
They'll
was he
get
a
him
paragon
back.
and he's dead? Is Monitor's seeing a future that he knows is gonna happen?
Constantine failed to bring him back.
Yeah, his soul.
His soul. I'm assuming do they mean hell? I'm assuming they do.
Go to hell.
He spent 5 years in hell.
I mean,
I don't know.
That's not a problem.
I'm just saying Oliver has demons and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, okay, DC, what do you do? Constantine would be my go-to.
Right.
What's the next DC character I can think of that deals with afterlife stuff?
Afterlife stuff?
I've never seen the Lucifer show, but that's a concurrent show. That'd be cool to bring in. They've brought in so much other stuff.
Is that related to DC?
Yeah, that's a DC show.
Is it?
Yeah, like they've never connected it with anything, but maybe they bring in Lucifer. That would be cool. I've only seen like 6 episodes, and what I saw was pretty cool. But I mean, I kind of stopped watching it around the time we started Blind Wave. I'm like, oh, maybe we'll watch it one day. But I'm thinking like, all right, DC properties. It seems like they can go pretty much anywhere they want, I don't think they can go to the movies, like current movies.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we're gonna see Gal Gadot.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, true, no.
Like that was
That
one of
would
my
be
thoughts. Like, what if we had Henry Cavill as the paragon?
That'd be amazing. But if given the choice, I might pick Brandon Ruth over. I mean, a Kingdom Come Superman is so cool on screen because it's never been done.
The best thing about it is that because the Brandon Ruth Superman Returns was a sequels to the Christopher Reeve series, so it's in a way it's us having the Christopher Reeve Superman being able to carry it. The first Superman we ever had,
It is
being able to carry on into this.
They even reference his son, which his son was in that
Jason.
movie. Jason,
right? Yeah. Yeah, because Lex took Lois and Jason in that, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, and Jason threw the pool table with the guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my favorite Superman movie, but he is so good as Clark Kent in it. And in this moment when the two Clark Kents were interacting, like,
Yeah.
Brandon Ruth was just showing up Tyler on how to do the Clark Kent stuff. Oh, so good.
Okay. Now,
And I just want to say too, like, Tyler, he seems like he's being a really good sport to allow all these other, like not allow, like he doesn't have the decision, but like he's interacting with these other Supermen, like those that came before. It's really cool. I just really like it.
Yeah, especially whenever they went to Tom Welling and Lois is like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Just eye candy right there.
What's the thing? He's like, I could do that with one hand.
He did.
Yeah.
But was that just supposed to be a nod towards his strength, or was that supposed to be like a, hey, no, I'm strong?
Dude, this
No,
is
he might be realizing.
Buff guy on the paper towel rolls.
the Bonnie guy.
What did she say?
He looks like the buff guy on the paper towel rolls.
The
Brawny man. That's so funny.
It's either him or the buff guy on the paper towel rolls.
Her face.
I can do that with one bare hand.
See, he realizes.
Yeah, it's a strength thing there, you know.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I wanted to pause with him on there. Go back. I want to see him.
This universe. Right.
One more. You are Clark Kent.
Or Clark Kent, right?
The girls are like, "Hi, how you doing?"
Dude, it just reminds me of like all the moments in Smallville when like Jonathan Kent is picking up a hay bale. I was like, ugh, and Clark, and they're just having a conversation, and Clark has 6, and he just picks it. And they don't make any mention of it, but he's just picking it up, or like they're working on the tractor. He's like, all right, Clark. And he's, so anyway, I don't know what to do with Lana, Dad.
Yeah.
Such great moments, and that's
Dad, there was a teacher. My eyes just went crazy.
yeah. And you know what? Like
something about his voice too is like different than what I feel like it
He's just
used
older.
to be. You know,
He's
I was
older.
just-
It
well, I was thinking
happens.
like it's a little bit more farmy-ish. I don't know how to describe it.
yeah, he's Smallville. And Lois called him Smallville again.
Yeah.
I made a joke, Smallville.
But like, only a character that went through 10 years of shit that we saw can accept all the things that happened today. And he's like, all right, let's go inside.
Hey, whatever.
Whatever. The president's in town?
I can't believe Lex is the president.
Yeah, in the Smallville, like,
That happened at the very end.
well, it didn't happen, but like, there's like a flash forward thing where we see in the future he's wearing like all the white and has the black glove, and he's the president.
So I can't believe that they stuck with that and that he's
Yeah.
still president.
It would be cool to see John Cryer and Michael Rosenbaum like together.
That would be
Wouldn't that be crazy?
I don't think Rosemont would shave his head again.
Yeah.
He'd have to do the bald cap, and it wasn't super successful in the finale.
What do you guys think of?
You could have Rosenbaum be a version of Flash, though, because he was the voice of Flash in the cartoon.
Oh, true.
That would be cool.
Now we have 7 paragons, right? Aren't there
Yes.
7 symbols on that door?
There
Yeah.
are. We talked about that.
So are those each a symbol for a paragon?
I would imagine so.
So those are symbols for. Has this happened before? Because that's where Anti-Monitor was, right? Nash said he released the Anti-Monitor.
Which we didn't see him at all this episode, which was weird, considering he showed up at the end of.
Yeah.
We only saw him a little bit. I am now a pariah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Pariah is like a character. I don't know
Okay.
anything about a
Yeah,
Pariah.
I don't know.
But like he's a character that like they did some kind of like comic tie-in or something for this.
Like a comic book?
Yeah, yeah, like where Pariah like is seeing universes destroyed or something like that.
Interesting.
So
What do you think's going on with Harbinger?
Harbinger. I think the Anti-Monitor is fucking
Lila.
Yeah.
I'm like Porky Pig.
Harbinger.
Harbinger. Lila.
Lala.
I think the
Is she going
Anti-Monitor's
to
fucking with her
become
somehow.
another pariah? Well, for one, let's start out. I thought Lila was like kind of gone. That she's now this harbinger. Like there's no more Lila personality.
That's how I
in
took it
her.
when she first showed up.
Yeah.
But then you had in this episode where she's talking about like John's with JJ. I haven't told him about Oliver yet. I don't know how to.
Exactly.
It's like that seems too
Personality,
too caring,
yeah.
You know.
I think she's become powered. I mean, she teleports and she seems super strong because Kate whacked her and she's like, you know.
Yeah.
But I think that's just, you know, she's been building up to this moment when she was originally saved by the Monitor in the desert, Afghanistan.
I guess.
So
Yeah, I don't
she was
know.
just like imbued with power.
A true follower.
I wonder how this Clark lost his power.
He said he gave
gave it up.
But what does that mean?
I mean, I think-
how do you give up being Superman?
I think if you're exposed to gold kryptonite for too long, you can lose it. Jor-El also took his powers all the time when he would do something that he didn't want
In Smallville.
in
Yeah.
Smallville. So there's a precedent set, but
At least in that world.
yeah. Okay.
My last thing I wanted to ask before we go to Q&As is
Yeah.
how do you guys feel about Batwoman with the courage thing and all that? Like,
I mean, there's a part of me that was going to say it felt like, is it like just shoehorning that onto somebody that has their show and we want to make sure they have a part of it. But then I think like for all of Kate's, what I find to be her faults, courage has never been one of them. Like she spat in the face of the military school that would dare like come down on her relationship, you know,
Yeah.
to the point where she left. Like that takes balls.
Yeah.
I would have to say if Kate has anything, it's balls, and that's courage.
Yep. I mean, she punched Lex Luthor in the face.
In the face.
She's just like, screw you, man. Stop messing with Kara. Leave her alone.
Yeah, she gets zapped to another world. She's like, you might let the rabbit go. You know? Like, I mean, she's not my favorite character of the CW verse, But that scene with Lex, that was a great scene. And whenever they said the courage thing, I'm like, you know what? I kind of buy it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it because it's like the idea of future Bat and what they're doing. And my biggest issue too was like we never had like any lead up of her being this. You know, like why is she a great hero with what we've seen in Batwoman so far? Like there hasn't been a lot of stuff she's done yet. Yeah. But you know, having that test moment, which I guess was seeing, you know, how dark can you go, and having the courage to keep standing for what you need to and whatnot, rather than like, I don't know, like this Batman had such like, you know, that Superman, he respected badges and governments and all that, and he was like, that's not what you should do, and like
she holds Bruce up to that high standard. I mean, she's literally writing to him, you know, and that version of Bruce, I'm sure, is still fine. You know, he's not this yet. Or she's not this yet, you know.
He might be, and we don't know.
Got killed, you know. But I think that it serves to be like the warning, you are going down this path if you don't change, and maybe like the title of being the Paragon of Courage is almost like the call to be the Paragon of Courage. It's like you have the ability to do this, even if you don't have the experience. Because Kara was talking about her experience, you know?
Yeah, which I did not like. Because she straight up said, yeah, you helped us out last year. Yeah. For us, we just saw her get her powers, not powers, but her abilities and tools, like not even a month ago. Yeah, and it's still fairly new to her. She's still very inexperienced fighter. Yeah. She's not experienced with her gadgets yet. Yeah. But yet this happened a year ago.
Well, that's the thing. Between one of the episodes, at one point I remember watching it, I just watched on my own, and they say, oh yeah, the recent breakout at Arkham. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, is that it?
It's glossed over, and we had our Q&As, and they were mentioning like, oh, that's supposed to be this moment in the crossover. Yeah. And I was like, I feel like that's not...
It doesn't really line up well, and
because that there too, like you only got like 3 episodes.
Was the third episode in?
No, I don't think it was the third episode in. I think there was only like 3 episodes after that, before this. And I said, well, that was like last year's crossover. This is this year's crossover. So in those like 3 episodes or so was a year. You know, like I don't know. It just didn't really gel well overall. With seeing like where she's gone.
So that's one thing I did not like the mention of in this.
I get you. I'm not like, you know, laying down the law. I'm like, no, this is why she's the Paragon of Courage. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, this is why I can see it. I'm not, like, a fan of it.
Courage seems okay. Yeah. And, like I said, I don't imagine whoever their Paragons are, like, the route they're going with this one, I don't imagine they're just going to grab people. Yeah.
Well, doesn't Martian Manhunter have to be one, then?
Where's him and Lena?
Yeah.
Him, Lena, Alex, like, they were on
He was
ships.
in the last one.
Yeah, so...
I just imagine with all the stuff that he was being prepared for, maybe he's a Paragon.
That's true. What about Laurel? Like, she was being tested to make sure she didn't betray Oliver, but what did that mean, you know?
Loyalty? We don't have loyalty on here yet.
She's also from a different Earth. Could help out with being like, you know, they have different ones, you know? Because right now, the only Paragon from our Earth, or we only have 2, right? Kara and Kate.
Sarah.
Sarah. I guess because it's Legends, I think.
Well, the only ones from our Earth is Sarah and Kate.
Yeah.
Because Kara's from Earth.
Kara's from another Earth. That's what I meant, yeah.
So, yeah. And then you have Brandon, Ruth. So, I was trying to think of, like, what other Paragons we could have. And I was like, Will, I like the idea of Will. Like, you get, like, a John Diggle from another one, make him a Green Lantern. I think it's a cool thing to have.
That'd be a hell of a thing.
I think that'd be sweet. Yeah. I mean, people have been asking about that for a long time.
And they are giving what we want.
Yeah, so, like everyone's on Earth 1 right now. We saw Tom Welling. Those were like the 2 big things.
And with Arrow ending, this is like your last chance to do that, you know? So like right now, that's my one toss in the hat. Like I don't know if they do it, but that's my thing. I wrote down Strength maybe as a Paragon. Like what Paragons can you have? Like you need 3 more. But I think Flash needs to be one.
Yeah, me too. I think Oliver needs to be one.
And I feel like Oliver, needs to be one. Which, if that's the case, it might just be Oliver, Flash, and Martian Manhunter. That might be the 3 we get. But I don't know. But, I mean, what do you get out of that? You get a Batwoman, a Supergirl, a Superman. So you get 2 Kryptonians, a Flash, an Arrow, and a Martian Manhunter. So.
What are the names of those Paragons, too?
I don't know. Like what's Barry's best attribute, you know? Like
heart. He can be the Captain Planeteer.
Maybe. Because, I mean, he also has, like, hope a lot, you know?
Yeah, I don't think they would say, like, Paragon of Speed.
Yeah.
What about loyalty? Like, he could be loyalty.
Maybe.
Yeah, I wish I had like a list of what they could be.
Yeah.
Like a leader? What would be a good attribute for a leader? Like,
Yeah. No, I wish too. Like
wisdom.
Having
Wisdom
wouldn't be too bad.
I bet you Manhunter could be wisdom.
That would work well.
And then we need power. That we complete the Triforce that way. We'd have courage, wisdom, and power.
Yeah.
Okay. Or that could be strength though.
Yeah.
Strength or power could be kind of similar.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Which
wish
would be Ollie.
Yeah. He has good like inner strength in him, you know, all the stuff he's with.
So stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish that he would have, like, when he's talking about, like, you know, we don't know who these are, all we know are these little hints.
Yeah.
But surely he knows what the paragons are, right? Like, he knows that this symbol stands for this and this symbol stands for this. So I need a paragon of truth, of hope, of, you know?
Yeah.
Like, give me those!
I don't know why he needs Ray to build a Paragon Dragon Ball radar, you know? Where he's just like, yep. You were the Paragon all along. And Ray's like, am I a joke to you? Does my time mean nothing? If you can just say that, why am I doing this? Who's this guy? He's more beautiful than I am. Look at his eyes.
He's jacked. He's salt and pepper hair.
I'm nothing.
We're going to Q&A.
He gets real small and runs out of the room.
Let me open up these Q&As. We've been talking for a while.
Yeah, we have. We're excited, guys. We're not even halfway through this.
Oh my gosh. No, we're not.
Kingdom Come Superman. That classic, that S, that's one of the best designs of the S. And he's got the booty shorts and looks so good, Aaron.
He has that belt, though. The belt's weird.
Belt looks great. No, that's Kingdom Come. Have you seen Kingdom Come Superman?
I mean, I just did, I guess. I saw him
did.
come all over the place.
You will see me. Holy shit, I am so glad that I did not...
For some reason, I
did not type in Kingdom Come Superman before this, because the first image is this.
Oh my gosh.
They released this. People knew. People knew.
Look at that belt.
Look at that man.
That's one thing. Like once we're
look at that. I mean, it's so good. That's the Alex Ross version, but that's the belt, man.
That's cool. Once we're done, I kind of want to go and look at like all the trailers to be like, what did people already know, and what was like, you know, what was still surprising.
I would have been mad if I had known about that before. However, this promo picture.
Oh my gosh, look at how ripped he looks in that picture.
It looks so, I have to stop.
You might find spoilers somewhere.
If they released that, did they release Kevin Conroy? Did they release Tom Welling?
I don't know.
I mean, those make more sense of like when we would wake up in the morning and there's a million messages like, don't look at anything. You know? Whew. I thought it was Burt Ward. That was the big one.
Haven't looked Burt Ward. Don't look at anything. All right, Krios 5th says, where do you think the Batwoman time skip was? She still seems like it's only been a few months for her.
No, I agree. It does seem wonky, but I think it's whenever they mentioned that breakout in Arkham.
Yeah, but that means Alice has been out and doing this.
The issue there is that there's still a year from that moment to now, which was only a few episodes. There's only been 8 episodes, you know? So it's so
There's
hard
nothing to say it hasn't been a year, really. They haven't been like, 2 weeks later. It just doesn't feel like it.
Like, I wish Kate would have said, that was a year ago, or like, oh, I helped you win. Like, what if it has not happened for Kate yet? And she made mention of that. Like, oh, what did I do?
Like they go in time and grab her?
Yeah.
And bring her back?
It does feel like there's a disconnect between the tone and experience we feel she has on her own show and what we're expected to feel like she has on this one.
Yeah, because like in this one we were supposed to be like, oh man, she's a paragon, she's a great hero, she's gonna help. But then on hers it feels like she's still learning and building her experience and everything.
Like she should be an expert in this right now, and she's not.
Ugh. All right, Ray says, since it seems Earth X has been destroyed from that first thing with the Ray flying, it kind of looked like things were destroyed. It seems Wentworth Miller is likely to never come back as Captain Cold. Do you think he could still come back though, after all? I like having the little snart on the ship thing.
Oh,
I love Gideon, but I would sacrifice her to have Leonard Snart be the Gideon. That was so good. Like that alternate Ray or Rory, who was great with the kid, by the way, and that was so fucking funny. But like, that's not our Rory. That's a different universe's Rory.
Right.
But he's someone to write, drink. Everyone else.
Yeah.
They said a legend died.
Yeah.
And then everyone retired, and he just kept the ship.
I assumed it was Snart? And then he reprogrammed the Gideon, and now like it's like he's like Creature talking to Mrs. Black's painting on the wall in Harry Potter. Like he's driving himself crazy,
Maybe
talking to the not his friends. You know,
you're essentially living in your car.
I love it. So good. Like, yeah.
He still wrote the same book. Like,
well,
I was kind of confused by that.
Well, yes, but I think it's a different cover. And I said Rebecca Silver, but when I was looking at the author name, it didn't look. I couldn't read what it said, but it didn't look like Rebecca Silver. So maybe Mick still has the writing gene, but it's a little different. Because it's the same title, but I feel like the book signing we had was a different cover, even though it's the same title.
Caged.
Or maybe it's just a paperback edition.
Maybe, yeah. That could be.
But I can't see if it says Rebecca Silver. It doesn't look like it. On the bottom there, in that gold strip. It's just Rick.
This is
Mick Rory.
It just says Mick Rory.
So he didn't do a pseudonym in this earth. Look at that guy's mullet. That's so perfect that he would do that.
Oh, there's a guy there.
Cage passion. No, so in
why
this...
Why is there an eagle with lightning?
Why not? Why not, Aaron? So in this earth, he releases the book under his own pen name, meaning he's not as ashamed as our Mick Rory.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
Billy B says, are you guys satisfied with where Smallville Clark ended up? I never expected he would have given up his powers, but I do wish we saw him suited up. I think it's really good. I
think it's perfect. I mean, would I have liked to have seen like a scene where, you know, we have no idea what's happening and then fucking Tom Welling's lifting some shit up? Yeah, I would love that. But I think it's better this way.
Do you the directors or producers or any of that were behind Smallville? Mm-hmm. Did they use them or discuss like what they wanted? You think? Like, hey, I think we're gonna have a future. You know, like years later. Like, where do you think Clark ended up right now? Or do they just write it in to make it like, hey, we'll have a cameo, he leaves?
There was a season 11 comic book of Smallville that continued the stories, but I think it just got canceled. I don't think it ever like finished.
Ended.
But it's just that eventually he ends up, 10 years later or whatever, he's done what he needed to do. I mean, he'd already defeated Darkseid and all the big events that had already happened, really.
Didn't he did that while he was not Superman, didn't he?
Well, it was the day he became Superman.
Oh, he defeated everything?
Yeah, like he went to the fortress, always hold on to Smallville, and got the thing, and it started, oh my God.
All right.
And, they played the Williams theme at the end of that show, too. And I loved it here, like, when Brandon Ruth, like, takes off his glasses, and you just have to have those 3 notes to get me, like, holy shit, Williams. It's like, I'm like... It's so good.
They didn't have to go into the They just had to do those little like even though we had it last.
I can't wait to watch the next one.
Even though we had it last crossover, I still kind of want to say
it was so perfect last time.
Yeah, like oh my,
because you just needed to have those drums that start out with the thing, but they didn't have it here. But the tone music kind of felt a little Smallville-ish, but not that I could recognize the actual motif, but it felt like that kind of like homey Kit Farm music.
Well, as soon as it panned, it was like all green land, and you knew it was a farm immediately. So
yeah, Smallville also had a very specific theme for when he was doing Superman stuff until the very, very last shot where they just used the Williams music. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think the Smallville theme song is probably the most recognizable from it, and they had already done it.
Yeah.
But seeing him suited up, I was completely fine with not seeing him suited up.
You liked his brawny
flannel,
brawny look.
Dude, his flannel looks great.
The rolled up flannel sleeve.
Like that makes me want to go and work on a farm, and I hate working on a farm. I hated it when I was a kid.
And call your dad tonight.
And now I want to be like, Dad, get the flannel.
But no, I think he'd show up all the other Supermen. So I'm so glad that they did not suit him up, or else we'd go, oh, look at that one.
Yeah. He also famously never wore the suit, actually. Even whenever he was in the suit, it was CG. So, didn't get it.
Brian says, Tom Welling and Brandon Ruth returning as Superman was super-tastic, and seeing Kevin Conroy was bat-tastic. What did you guys like more? FYI, when we said don't look at spoilers, it was because these 3 were announced to return during Comic-Con.
Oh
my God, during Comic-Con.
That's a while ago.
Guys, I mean, I know it's tough. Trust me, we know, but it's so worth watching it live as the writers want you to see it.
Watching it completely blind.
Like we go from they did it so well because it went from the shots of like My Night with Superman, you know, and those are like that's a headline from the movie 70 movie Christopher Reeve. Where she's like, you know, can you tell what color underwear I'm wearing? And he's like, pink, you know? Like, that's the article she writes the next day in that movie. And I'm like, oh, man, this is Christopher Reeve. And then it goes Earth 167, Smallville, and I see the figure from my past, you know?
See, this shot, though, reminded me of the last shot.
That is, you're right. That is the last shot from Smallville. That our friend Brandon Flight from the LCC crew. Yeah, he composited that shot.
Yeah, because that's the only thing I remember of the last episode was him running, and then it just ran into the thing, like.
And then it goes into the classic like Superman titles.
Yeah. But Caped Wonder, Stun City, and then I Spent the Night with Superman. So it's that Superman. Picture with the first Superman like thing.
Yeah. So they're just adapting that into this, and then Superman saves the day.
Today's what? Yeah.
I mean, during the finale of
the blur, the
red blue blur.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he never flew when they were calling him that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see who it was written by, but you can't make it out.
Yeah. I don't know. But then it pans over to the rest.
Oh my god.
But Ultra put a little note on that saying all these appearances were announced beforehand and were in trailers.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn. Guys, don't look at that stuff. Dude, when, like, I just expected it to be like just regular Superman whenever Brandon Ruth went off. I'm like, well, yeah, I've seen this. But they went even further, like, in that story, from Christopher Reeve to now, he goes through so much stuff that he gets the Kingdom Come suit, you know? So awesome.
Yeah. It's just continue that whole story. So it's not that we're finding them at the end of when they were last, is we're seeing further along on all their scenarios.
Smallville Clark Kent, like, he went through some shit and gave up his powers.
Yeah.
Permanently.
Brandon Ruth's, went through, lost a bunch of people, but still became Kingdom Come. And
like, through all of that, he is still the paragon of truth.
Which is, there's a lot of Superman stuff in this one. Like, the Batman stuff is great, but I was going to say this is the Batwoman episode, but it had a lot of super stuff in it.
I agree. I mean, if I have to say so far, what am I missing from Crisis? It's honestly like, I thought Flash would be way more involved.
But maybe on his episode.
Next episode. But, I don't know, like, last episode he didn't do a ton, really.
No.
Yeah.
And then, but tomorrow, he dies, right? Like, tomorrow's the Crisis.
And it is his episode,
that's December 10th,
That's what the Monitor thought. But things are happening as if the Monitor can't see it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. That's true.
Because he's getting weaker now, too.
Also, even Iris called that, so.
Also, does December 10th occur tomorrow, or is all 5 of these episodes over the course of December 10th?
I think they're over the course of it.
So he might not be dying tomorrow either. So.
But I'm hoping that we'll see more of him and Nash on his episode.
Yeah, I agree. And then when everything happened with Oliver.
Yeah.
Joe says, what are your opinions of Brandon Ruth as Superman? In my opinion, I believe he is underappreciated Superman in Superman Returns, and in this episode, he was great. What is your list of Superman from best to worst? I mean, the Superman Returns movie was not the best.
It's my least favorite of the movies.
But I mean, if you go back to Christopher Reeve's movies too, like not all of his were the best movies,
Hey man, when he fought Radioactive Man with the long nails and the feathered hair.
But Christopher Reeves rocked the whole Clark Kent to Superman,
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Like, I mean, that was perfect. The movie, yeah.
Superman 2, when he's standing there and she goes in the room and he's like, I'm gonna tell her. He fucking stands straight up. And takes, it's like a transformation.
It is.
When it's just like, all right, go. The director just like, do it. I trust that. These days they won't trust an actor to do it like that.
Back then it was all physical acting.
He was a Juilliard
trained.
trained.
To do everything.
He did such a good job. But it was great.
Like I'm not, I can't rank them all. But like if I'm going to rank the Clark Kents, then in terms of like actually being Clark Kent, the comic book character, is Christopher Reeve, then Brandon Ruth. Smallville Clark Kent is my favorite Clark Kent, but he's not like
a Clark Kent.
He's not the classic comic book Clark Kent.
No.
It's different.
He's not nerdy enough. He's not.
And I never felt like, from what I remember, I was younger when I watched it. I don't remember Dean Cain really having transformations between the two. He was kind of just.
I never watched
the same from what I remember. And now I was much younger because my dad and mom used to watch it, so I'd watch it with them. But I don't remember I remember Christopher Reeve's transformation type of things and stuff.
And I love Henry Cavill's Superman, but I don't buy one bit his Clark Kent. Anyway,
which I think that's a big point of with Superman, you have to have that difference, and kind of the same with Batman. The Bruce Wayne and the Batman have to have some kind of differences, which is why a lot of people are well, Michael Keaton did a really good job between the two of them, whereas maybe George Clooney was good with this one but not this one, or Val Kilmer was good with this one but not this one. So that's such a big part of those kind of characters when they have those double lives. Spider-Man, he has that whole mask and stuff like that. And he has to be kind of just Peter Parker, and in Spider-Man he kind of gets a little bit more freedom to be what he wants to be.
Yeah. Damn.
Crusader says, Brandon Routh playing Superman again, continuing the Christopher Reeve storyline even further after Superman returns, wearing the Kingdom Come suit and losing his loved ones to an injustice-like incident. What an amazing addition to this universe.
Yeah, exactly. I have nothing to say. That's it.
Last question we have here is from Swiss, which just says, what has been your favorite moment of Crisis so far?
Oh.
Fuck. There's been so many. Smallville.
Dude, I love the opening. Just because it just tossed us in and had these random cameos. We're like, oh my gosh, look at this, and this, and this, and this. And we just got so hyped real quick,
It really set the bar.
That was a great part. And I'm like, oh man, I don't know what they're going to do in the future. But that just Jesus,
Yeah.
That was great just to start us off,
My most hype is Kingdom Come Superman. My most emotional is
Smallville.
The return of the Kent family.
Aww.
So good. When Lex steps from the little truck and he's like, "You're kidding." And he's like, "What could give up? What would you give up?
What would make you
God-like power?" And it's like he's got 2 little girls now. Aww.
Why got a truck?
I guess the one thing that I asked for is a red truck. There's a red truck like that on everybody's farm. Come on. But anyway, I guess the one thing that I did ask for before Crisis even started was I wanted to see the baby.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I asked for, and I got that.
You've
and
seen
I was
him a
happy. And we've seen him more than what I predicted, yeah.
I like Lois having. Monitor's just like, all right, the end of the universe.
Shut up.
And they pass it on. He's like, we must find the. And it's just, will you stop? I'm trying to. The end of the world's coming. I'm trying to talk to you guys.
Come here.
They just keep passing it down to Mick. And then Mick's like, all right, come on.
I got it.
And as soon as they announced his name, even though I kind of figured, but as soon as they said Jonathan, I'm like,
yeah.
It's cute for that one. I mean, I like that all of them have been different. We have Jonathan Kent there. We had the Superman Brandon Routh one had a Jason. The Smallville one had 2 girls. They've not had the same kids, so it's different each one.
But, and Tyler's Superman in the last episode, he said the exact lines that Jor-El said in the Donner movies when he was leaving or setting Clark to go. So good.
What do you say?
The lines from that Jor-El said in the Donner Superman movie.
Okay.
Tyler said those ones in this one as well. Goodbye, my son. Our hopes and dreams go with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And my other favorite moment I think so far was probably just I don't have as much connection to Kevin Conroy, but I've heard his voice as Batman from various things like the Batman TMNT and that So
yeah, you've never seen the animated series, but you played.
I think I might have seen little bits here and there, but I played Arkham Asylum and stuff, and so just hearing that voice, be like, oh, it is.
He has a cameo in Kevin Smith's movie starring his daughters, Yoga Hosers.
Oh, really?
Kevin Conroy's there, and he's with a little kid. And he's the dad, and he has a scene, and at the end he goes, "All right, fine, I'm leaving. Come, Robin." And the kid's name's Robin, and he's just doing the kind of normal Kevin Conroy voice, but he does Batman for the "Come, Robin."
Come, Robin.
That's funny.
So good.
All right. Well, I don't know what else. That's the last of the Q&As then.
Yeah. Okay.
So if we have anything else, or we still need our poll.
Is it for me I've been loving this so far just because it's giving us so much stuff, and we have 3 more episodes left. But I do kind of feel man, I need this is the end of Oliver Queen, right? I feel like I'm not getting hit with that as much as I should be.
Well, we also have 2 episodes after, I think. or 2 more, one of this and 1 more after, or something.
We had Arrow?
Yeah. I think whenever I made the mistake of saying, hey guys, I think this is going to be our last poll, someone's like, no, there's going to be 2 more like after Crisis or something. So
anyway,
maybe
like
that'd be like the emotional wrap up of it all.
Like, you know, the other scenes in this, like when they were trying to get Oliver to come back and then he pops out and he's like, he has no soul, like that stuff, I think if you don't have the other things, that's like, oh shit, what's gonna happen next? But when I was watching, I was like, can you please go back to Brandon and Ruth in that outfit? Yeah. And I'm so happy that we got more. All right, yeah, poll. What should the poll be? Which of the 3 I think was the most emotional or most hype for you? Kevin Conroy as Batman, Tom Welling as Clark Kent, Brandon Ruth as Kingdom Come Superman. I think that's the thing that I care about the most watching this, and there's so many years of affection to those 3 actors in these roles that you have to pick one. Yeah, that's gonna be a good poll, I think.
So which of the 3 were your favorite to revisit?
See. Yeah.
Okay.
You wanna do that?
Is that all right?
Yeah. I have to go with Tom Welling if I'm picking one, because the emotion of his happy ending was more powerful than my hype for the red booty shorts.
The red booty shorts. I'll have to go with Batman because even though physically I've never seen him in anything, but like his voice I've heard a lot. Like, as Aaron knows, I watch a lot of
she's watched like all the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited.
So like just hearing that voice, I'm like, wow, this is what this guy really looks like. But it just hit me. I was like, I'm really listening to him. He's really in a TV show that I'm watching right now. So it was exciting.
And he did a really good, like, it's the Batman voice, but it's broken. And something's wrong.
That's why I was like, wait a minute, really? So I liked it.
I might go with Brandon Ruth because I think it surprised me the most. Because going in my head when I was thinking about it, I'm like, who can they use? My number 1 was probably like Dean Cain. He's already been in it. Yeah. You bring him back and you do more with him. And I was like, Smallville, I was like, maybe, but I don't know. Everyone wants it. But I was like, Brandon Ruth, we already have Brandon Ruth. You're not going to have Brandon Ruth be Brandon Ruth. You know, you're not going to have that. So I think that one really surprised me. And then him being like the progression of Christopher Reeves and, you know, being in here, it's a Superman Returns, you can see it. I think that's a really good thing to have.
Yeah, I agree with all those. Honestly, like, I don't have anything left in terms of, like, what do I want? What was my dreams for the Arrowverse? Tom Welling was one of them.
My only other thought is just, could John Diggle be a Green Lantern? Could they have gotten that in here somehow? Like, with DC, you know, whatever, been okay with them tossing in a Green Lantern into this Crisis stuff. But if you do that, like, I imagine it's more cameo-ish rather than, like, someone you keep fighting. But I don't know. Maybe it's not, you know? Especially when you have, like, we were talking about, like, well, you gotta have Flash be a Paragon. You gotta have Arrow be a Paragon. And I feel like they've set up for Martian Manhunter to be a Paragon. But maybe they didn't, because I also thought, you know, they tested Martian Manhunter and they tested Laurel, but I mean, both of those can't be Paragons, so maybe they have other things, you know? Lex Luthor he was doing, but he had his own stuff to do too, so I really don't know. But we'll see.
All right, so that's the poll. Go over to patreon.com/blindwave. Vote on it right now, because we talk about it tomorrow. And then from then on, you'll have like a month. But yeah, if you want to get on this one, your comments, your questions, your theories for Q&As for tomorrow as well. And that's it. Anything else?
That's all. See you guys tomorrow.
Hey.
If you guys want to make sure you don't miss tomorrow's episode with us, make sure you guys subscribe so you get the notification. Make sure you hit that bell and stuff too. You can find full length for this episode over at patreon.com/blindwave and or blindwave.net. Where our supporters over there get access to things like the poll and full length and also early access on things we can do that with, but we can't do that with this.